is Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Let's take a look at corn, beans, and wheat from Friday. Rampant inflation, sharply higher interest rates, and fears of global recession all weighed heavily on the equity and commodity markets Friday. As all the grains were sharply lower, crude oil was currently down $5 a barrel to its lowest level since January of 2022, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 800 points. Corn futures closed down 11 for the day, beans down 31, KC wheat down 29 for the week. Corn was only down a fraction of a cent, beans down 23, and KC wheat down 15. Corn futures were being pressured by concerns with world economy and recession. There will be less demand for U.S. grains, as well as less demand for gasoline and, in turn, ethanol. Midwest corn harvest is ramping up with good harvest weather in the forecast, which will aid harvest pressure to the markets. Corpus Christi's public elevator and ADM closed for Milo trucks through today, opening tomorrow through Friday 8 to 4:45. Cargill and Houston and the Andersons are closed through the weekend, open today through Friday 7 to 3. For help marketing your grains, 361-852-5207, Tuggle and Company, Corpus. Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. PMI, pipe, steel, and fencing. Pipe, valves, or fittings, plates, sheet, channel, beam, culverts, purlins, fencing, and supplies. They now stock new pipe and casings. Find them again. PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. Neighbor, taking a look at meat movement from Friday, we look toward the National Pork Carcass Cutout Value, $2.95 weaker at $100.93. Federally inspected hog slaughter, 2.538 million head for the week. That set the year-to-date total at 90.297 million, down 3.2% from the year prior. Wholesale box prices mixed Friday. Choice was down 23, the Select down 280. Estimated slaughter 667,000 head through Saturday. That set the year's pace at 24.689 million compared to 24.334 million head in 2021. The monthly cattle on feed report showed 11.297 million head of cattle. That was up 55,000 from August. Traders were looking for as much as a 1% increase. August placements were up 0.4%, led by the lightweight cattle as expected. Analyst consensus was 1.5% lighter placement. National Ag Statistics Service had 2 million head of cattle marketed in September at 6.4% increase, matching the high end of the estimates. USDA reported the bulk of cash sales for the week, 148 in the western Corn Belt, up by 4, 143 in the south, steady to light activity with last week. Neighbor, there's your meat moves.
MG Building Materials, 5 retail locations all over South and Central Texas from the Hill Country to the Gulf Coast. Perfect if you're a contractor or a homeowner. The smallest home improvement job to the largest commercial project, MG's positioned to help everyone. MGBuildingMaterials.com. San Antonio, Corpus, Pleasanton, Kerrville, and Uvalde. Always on the web, MGBuildingMaterials.com. MG's 5 retail centers there to help you at MGBuildingMaterials.com.
We are on the line with Seth Crane, Union Commission, Hondo Livestock. Seth, how is the sale looking for Monday?
Looking like a pretty good sale, Larry. 450 in tonight. Probably got somewhere around 100 cows. Going to palpate somewhere around 75, 80 cows, I guess. Just kind of a lot of different cows here. There'll be some young cows through there if anybody's looking for some. Don't maybe have 1 or 2 pairs is all. And calf and yearling run, lots of good calves standing around here. We hope to get to 5 or 550 come sale time. So ought to be a good one. In the meantime, feel free to holler at us, 830-741-8061. Get me on my cell phone, 210-288-3960. And for updates and information, visit us on Facebook or HondoLivestock.com.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends, Stephen and Terry Layman at Layman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24 inch diameters. Also, From time to time, they see some number 2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Layman, Layman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at laymanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Layman, Layman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Ken Jordan Cattle Auction. Ken, how is the Mason sale shaping up for Monday when you and I are speaking Sunday evening?
You had Larry got right at 550 head on the yards, about 85 cows, about 10 bulls, the rest of them all big calves and yearlings. Kind of look for that 750 head is what we'll probably have tomorrow the way shaping up for Larry.
How did the special go Saturday?
You bet, Larry. We ended up having, after we cleaned everything up, sorted up, grouped up and everything, had 3,178 head. We had buyers on that Saturday there. They were on hand from Mississippi, Oklahoma, and pretty well all across Texas. Along with 908 people on the internet. I thought overall the market was definitely softer and quite a bit lower as compared to our August 27th female sale. I think a lot of that had to do with just we've not had any rain in the last 30 days and things drying out a little bit. That probably had some concern on the economy too. The better, younger, fleshier pairs, I thought they pretty well sold from $1,500 up to $2,000. Except we had 2 groups of first calf pairs of a really nice group of about 8 or 10 Brangus pairs and some Brangus Baldies. They brought one group did $2,100, and others at $2,700. That's our very, very top end. Some of the solid mount pairs and younger pairs carrying last flash, they went from $11.25 up to $14.50. Then you get in the front end of the young fleshy, really good bred cows. They were in pretty good demand overall, selling from $1,300 up to $1,850. Except we did have one really choice set. There's 41 head of young long-bred Angus cows in a deal that brought $23.25. In the solid mount, short bred and young cows carrying the last flash, they range from $800, depending on far they're bred or whatever, they're 1 or 2 months, all the way up to $1,275. You get into the heifers, the better, bigger, fleshier, medium to long-bred heifers went mostly from $1,200 up to $1,775. The short-bred heifers and medium long-bred heifers that were carrying less flesh, they brought anywhere from $800 up to $1,175. The bigger, longer age, again, the open heifers, they mostly sold from $1,100 up to $1,550. Getting the younger, lighter weight open heifers, they went mostly from $860 up to $1,075. Our next female replacement sale, Larry, will be the 9th annual Hill Country Junior Youth heifer sale. That'll be on Wednesday, October the 19th, and then we'll have the big fall best of the best sale on Saturday, October 29th. We'll talk about those more as we get closer to it.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Ken.
You bet. Give us a call, area code 325-372-5159. If you want to look at the market report a little more in detail with a lot of rep sales and everything, you can always go to our website, jordancattle.com, and you'll see the market report there, Larry.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You bet, Larry. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In Vora in Rangeview, stop brush for the long haul. It's guaranteed.
Enter to win up to 100 acres of Invora herbicide with a free range view analysis today at invora.com/trial. Always read and follow label instructions. Invora herbicide is a restricted use pesticide. Invora is a registered trademark of Bayer Crop Science. Not all products are registered in all states.
We're on the line with Sean Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock, Fredericksburg. We sell sheep and goats at Gillespie on Tuesday, cattle on Wednesday. What are the sales looking like this week, Sean?
Sure think we'll get somewhere around that 3,000 on the sheep and goat end, and I'm kind of thinking somewhere around that 1,000 or north on the cattle end. We ended up with 34 or 500 sheep and goats last week, and it is that time of year. It hadn't got any moisture, so sure thinking they'll come on the sheep and goat end, and then on the cattle end, kind of the same thing. Sure think we should catch a few more. So,
well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at Fredericksburg.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
Sean, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, now it's time to catch up with Leo Casas. Leo, how are you today?
Doing good, Larry. Well, I want to reach out to your listeners and put the word out. We had an employee leave us unexpectedly right in the middle of our busy season, and we're going to be fine, but it's just a little difficult coordinating day help for, some chores that don't necessarily require the entire day. We'd like to have someone steady. We've possibly got a place to live. We have good equipment. We have good horses. I don't think I'm very hard to work. Pay is good, and we'll take care of you. It's a family operation. You know all about us. And I can be reached at 361-362-5863. Keep up with us on a daily basis on Instagram, Casas Cattle _Rancher 3, or log on to my website for photos, videos, and information, casascattle.com, CASAS, casascattle.com. We're the bull people.
I'm on the line with George Wackel from Wholesale Steel San Antonio. Now, George, the company is family-owned and operated. How does that influence the customer's buying experience when they walk in the door?
Oh, when you come in the door, you get welcomed by the people in the front office, and we have the guy outside that when you come in, and you get treated like family, not like just some random person trying to buy something. You get treated like your family. You get welcomed when you walk in the door.
George, talk to us about the lifetime warranty on your livestock panels.
The lifetime warranty on the panels is just exactly what it says. You buy the panel. If your bull or calf or something can break them panels, you bring them back, and we exchange them. No questions asked. We know what our panels look like, and we know our stock.
You advertise yourself as wholesale to the public. How would that benefit the client?
Wholesale to the public means you get the same cost of the panels that give to everybody else. Markup of the third middleman. We make the panels, we sell them directly to you. We do have vendors, but they get the same price as you.
George, we've talked about the 150-pound weight of the panels. That's important, correct?
Oh, yeah, we're working in the pasture. I mean, if you got some rough stock in there, the weight of them panels will help keep them down and keep them in place. You get some that are trying to push you out of the way. You got something there between you that's strong enough and durable enough to keep them where they need to be.
George Wackel, give us your address and telephone number.
It is 18840 State Highway 16. In South San Antonio near Somerset, 210-624-2000.
We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers, preparing for Monday's sale. Riley, it's 7:35, 6, 7 on Sunday evening. What's it looking like?
Well, a little shorter than what it's been the last couple of weeks, Larry, but looks like around 1,000 to 1,100 for tomorrow. Not as many cows as we've had. That kind of slowed up a little bit. Do have a couple strings of good calves. Do have a few palpated cows, probably 30 palpated cows and a handful of pairs. The calves, not many yearling type cattle, a lot of lighter weight cattle, a couple groups of blacks, a couple groups of Charolais. We do have a group of horses, got 19 horses there from one ranch, kind of an older ranch out west of us. Going to have those. They've got the Coggins test and everything, so we're going to sell them tomorrow. So if anybody needs to try any horses, they're just they're green. We're not guaranteeing them of anything, but they'll be there tomorrow. And we do have a few fertility tested Charolais. I think there's 6 of those. So looking for a pretty good sale tomorrow, somewhere around 1,000 to 1,100 in.
Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, sells them on Monday. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
361-813-6650 is the cell. 361-786-2553 is the office. LiveOakLivestock.com is the web.
We appreciate it, Riley. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, let's talk about PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, San Antonio, High, Hondo, Kerrville, Robstown, Jourdanton, and Laredo. Contact the Hondo store at 830-426-2912. That's 830-426-2912. Remember, that's PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, pipemovers.com. We're on the line with Gary Butler, Nixon Livestock, about 7-11 on Sunday evening, looking toward a good lucky sale on Monday. What's it looking like, Gary?
Larry, it looks like we're going to have 1,200 in tonight. Probably have 1,400 tomorrow. Got a bunch of cows, got a sellout group of cows. The man looking for some Angus cows. They're anywhere from 4 to 8-year-olds probably, and then there's some older cows. It's a complete sellout. Anybody need any good young gentle Angus cows? We got them tomorrow. Then there's going to be probably we have close to 200 and probably 300 cows tomorrow. Calf deal looks like got a couple of big strings of calves, some black calves, black crossbred calves, and then a mixture of Charolais calves. But I imagine we'll have around that 1,500 tomorrow, Larry.
All right. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can catch us here at Sale Barn, 830-582-1561 or 62. On my mobile, 830-857-4330. And we're going to sell there's about 25 pair of those Angus cows with smaller calves, and then we'll have a bunch to palpate, Larry.
All right. Good deal. Thank you, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. We're on the line with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, I need to weigh a bunch of pigs, and I understand that you've got some hog scales.
Yes, sir, we sure do, Larry. 58 SX hog scales from W.W. Paul. They are going to come with the beam and poise and 2 bifold doors. Really easy to work.
Tell us how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, extension 161.
We've been with Stephen from D&D. Go to ddtexasoutfitters.com for more information. Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, 361-852-5207. Milo through Corpus in September, D's plus 90, $13.69. Progresso, D's plus $1, $13.87. Yellow corn to Corpus in September, D's plus 170, $8.46 3/4. Progresso, D's plus $2, $8.76 3/4. We'll look at hard red winter wheat through Houston. September delivery, D's plus 120, 1070. And number one beans to Houston, September delivery, November less 15, 14, 10 and 3/4. Texas cotton, 233 bale at 92.41. Prices went from 91.79 to 93.04. That's it for the best darn farm show in Texas in at least 120,000 square miles of the great state thereof. Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble. We appreciate you listening. God bless you. We'll see you again on one of our 14 affiliate stations or down on thefarmradio.com.